Run them back into the sea. Charge!
And here we are with an estimated 260 player United European Community event for you today. Our first round is going to be the Hagerstown Turnpike, followed up by the Roulette Lane. Here are the regiments playing on the Patriot side for tonight, followed up by their opposing regiments on the British side. With this all in mind, server population right now is 261. The British right now up by 3 on the Patriot side. In terms of artillery, there is none in this event. So as a result, the infantry inbounds, it looks like it's now going to be 4 in favor of the British side. Frontline reporters for today. On the Patriot perspective, you have Killer here from the Army of Northern Virginia. And then on the British side, you have Danny here from the 8th Florida. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what is going on in the sky. And if you are playing in this match, send me a link to your perspective, and that can go in the pinned comment of the video. So, 1776. We're here. We're normally not here on Friday for UEC or just Friday for European events in general, but I have the day off. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? So we are here to cover some UEC. Good things are happening. With this all in mind, the ticket advantage for the attacking Union side, by that I mean the Patriot side, is 15%. It was a 23% ticket advantage to the attacking Patriot side up until when this event started. And then the developers did a bunch of ticket balance changes. And now the Patriots, the attacking side, has a 15% advantage. So they removed some of the attacker tickets. And also, from what I see, they removed the final push timer, or at least some of that as well, removing 20 seconds from that. Normally, we go over the weapons and the regiments for each side. But it's fairly simple. Everyone has the same weapons. The Springfield 42, reskinned essentially. I don't know the exact gun, but essentially everyone has the option of the Springfield 42 ammunition types, which is the buck and ball and the round ball. Buck and ball shoots like a shotgun. Round ball, no, it's one pellet. It's not as accurate as a rifle, but you know, it can do the trick. I guess we can still, despite that though, look at the actual regiment. So the British have the Regiment von Boss, and then they got the 10th Regiment of Foot. The Patriot side is the 1st Maryland and the 10th Continental. Feels like the Patriot side only has the 1st Continental and the 1st Maryland and the 10th Continental. So we'll see how it goes. This event does have a couple of rules here. Looks like there's a little bit of a flanking maneuver out here, though. Looks like some of the British guys here from 3rd Alabama bringing large numbers here, getting a flank on the Lee's French Legion guys here. And 2 Corps. Lee's French Legion obviously turning this way. That guy's... What the heck? That looked weird. Anyways, they are not allowed to sprint until the 30-minute mark. There's no bayonets and there's no meleeing allowed until someone hits the next stage of engage. Both sides in battle ready right now. And so that's why they're getting awfully close to each other, but not necessarily charging. It also makes sense with the weaponry of the Springfield 42s, you know? You want to try to get close, use the buck and ball to your advantage, let the shotguns rip. Obviously, you would think, you know, the attackers don't want to just walk up like that, but as we saw from last week, they're very aggressive with it in this event. So, like Serpent's Brigade here, they're pushing up with the Great Lakes Division. Looks like the French there falling back from the center side of the map. And it looks like in terms of the defensive position here, you got 3rd Alabama up here, holding strong on that battery position. To their left, a little further back, you got the German Corps and the Alabama German Legion. You got Kershaw's Brigade positioned in front of them. And then kind of on this left side here, you have the 8th Florida and 20th Georgia pushing forward alongside those 3rd Alabama skirmishers we saw. Now, something you'll note, I'm holding down the W button right now. My keyboard, I think, is starting to fail me. It's very sad. The keyboard has been with me for a little while, starting to fail. Oh, we might have to switch that out soon. But opposing side here, looks like you got the Texas Guards starting to wrap around on the left side here. Meanwhile, you got the 36th New York letting it rip right next to the Army of Northern Virginia. Hampton's Legions to their right. And then further back, we saw Surface Brigade and Great Lakes Division earlier. And of course, you have the French, or actually, I don't know where they're at. The 56th Virginia is here. I don't know where Lee's French, oh, are they here? Did I just completely missed them. So yeah, Patriot team is really trying to wrap around the extreme right side of this British team. That's what they're going to try to do here.
Load button ball.
Company.
And it looks like Army of Northern Virginia is going to try to press this pace a little bit. Oh, a good couple of them don't have loads. A little unfortunate for them. Again, they can't charge each other. We're going to just kind of waddle their way around, I guess, for now. So, more 36 New York pushing up. I mean, we saw some British guys flanking around. There they are. They're literally right behind 36 New York and Army of Northern Virginia. And so far in this fight, the Patriot side's having a little bit of a lead here. I mean, they do have that ticket advantage of about 15%. When everyone has even guns and is fighting as close as they are, you know, they're generally, you would think, would are going to trade evenly, which should favor the attackers over the long run. But maybe the Patriots are just doing things better. I mean, if we just zoom out here, the Patriot team, a lot more condensed and together than that of the British team. And so maybe the firepower from the very condensed Patriot side is doing some wonders here. But it could also be, too, that if they're so clumped up, these British shotguns could do well. But I guess the shotguns aren't too well at long range. I mean, saw Fleming's Meadow, which is both sides were on a defilade. Like, there was a hill in between the two teams, and they're each in their defilade popping up and taking shots. And it was absurd because the amount of people that died from the pellets and buckenball was like 16 over a match where you had 350 people, 400 people fighting each other. It was insane. I was really surprised the lack of kills, unless the data's wrong, which, you know, never know. But nonetheless, Patriot side is enforcing their will. This British team here, a little bit of a rough spot here. And I mean, they're cooking them right now. So what the British team can try to do to regain some tickets, though, is they can let the American team capture this point early, and if they do so, they can retake the point, and since they're down, regain tickets. But of course, we'll see if the Patriot side here wants to actually do that. Now, both sides are very close. By that, I mean only the British side is very close to engaged. Once they hit engaged, sprinting, or not sprinting, but rather bayonets and charging / melee will be allowed at that point. Sprinting is not allowed until the 30-minute mark. And all these different rules you got to keep in mind, right? Dang. So Patriot team looks like a couple of them are pushing on to the point right now. I assume it is Lee's French Legion here, rebranded as Lafayette. It could be some of the Serpents Brigades and Great Lakes Division guys here too, but never know. British hit engage. So bayonets and melee are now allowed. In a minute, we'll get sprinting. And so it looks like the Patriot team is going to capture the point here, which if you're the British team, this is exactly what you want to happen. Now, we'll see how quick the British side is going to want to retake the point. I'm assuming this is going to finish out. Lee's French Legion is holding on it. I mean, if I were the Patriots, I wouldn't early cap this just because you're up by a lot of tickets. You don't want to give the chance for the British defenders to retake the point and regain a bunch of tickets. But alas, if the Patriots hold for 12 minutes, they can retake the point. Or not retake the point, but if they hold for 12 minutes, then they could win the game at that point. But obviously, we're a little ways from that. The British got to respond. Generally, if you're the British here, you want to retake as quickly as possible just because, one, you want that black timer to keep moving down. But on top of that, right now the timer stopped, and it kind of goes into the time thing too. But the thing is that the British are going to regain up to where the Patriots are at. They're going to be even with them upon recapture, assuming they retake the point. Now, the thing is the British guys are killing the Patriot soldiers, and as a result, the Patriots are losing more and more tickets as, you know, this kind of continues, which means obviously the total amount of Patriot tickets are going down, which means since the British are down, they're going to regain up to where the Patriots are at. If the Patriots keep losing tickets, they're going to be at a lower amount, which means the British could not regain as high of tickets as they could. Like, we'll recall, or we'll remember this for later, right? The Patriots are, you know, halfway through battle ready, essentially. Meanwhile, on the field, Army Northern Virginia pushes up the German Corps. Oh, geez. There's a nice little volley there on the German Corps. Fire some shots back. Meanwhile, a lot of the British team looks like they're starting to push the pace in the center of the point here. Not center of the point, but center of the map. They're charging. So that charge there from 8th Florida and 20th Georgia. Oh, here comes 20th Georgia. So it looks like that charge will be held there by 2 Corps and Lee's French Legion, although German Corps comes to the side and they get some great shots. Army Northern Virginia looks like they're going to continue pushing up here as a result. Meanwhile, on this left side, the British get beaten back. Serpent's Brigade counter-charging, or really charging out 3rd Alabama. At least some of the 3rd Alabama anyways. They fall back. So huge success from the Patriot defense here on the point. We're about a fourth of the way through the cap, and they have done a phenomenal defense. Technically, the British are the attacking team at this point. They are counter-attacking. It's important for later, but not really. Uh-oh. Here comes Hampton's Legion.
Ach du Scheiße. You're gonna die anyway, you cocksucker!
So that is held. Huge hold there on part of the Patriots side there. British main spawn not too far away from all this. I don't know if they're allowed to shoot in their main spawns or not, but that's where the British are firing from, so it makes sense if they could respond. I could probably actually just look it up right now.
Ready. Present.
Direkt in den Caissons rein. Tiefziehen dabei. Fahr! Fucking Bowlad.
It is not allowed to shoot into or out of spawn areas. That's what the game says. I guess this is somewhat out of the spawn area. But nonetheless, looks like a lot of these British guys are starting to wrap around this Patriot left side. Uh-oh. Serpent's Brigade. They're in a bad way. My goodness, you got a nice beefy British line shooting it out. Shooting it out, I mean, strategy-wise, shooting it out is not going to give you much during the counterattack. Again, you're killing the Patriots, which means you aren't going to regain as high as you could, but you're wasting time in a sense. Now, there's still a little over 7 minutes in the counterattack. Plenty of time for the British side here to retake the point. But they would rather go sooner than later in my book, which they're pushing up now. Holy crap, the bucking ball doing work, completely shredding that Patriot line. They should push this. 20th Georgia inches up, trying to take some shots. And then 3rd Alabama's going to charge in. Patriot line starting to shift in the different distance. My days. Good job on the flag bearers to get out of here. Prevent them from knocking down. Looks like the Patriots are just trying to reform a little further back. Good idea on their part. But alas, British have a good shot to retake the point. They're going to keep pushing this, though. Looks like they're going to try to get these flags. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Most of them aren't. The Patriots should charge this out. Bucking ball, though, is doing wonders, completely shredding 3rd Alabama's line. And it looks like the Patriots are going to try to charge to hold the point. They're taking it back. See, the British are trying to form up in the distance on the caisson position. But in the end, huge hold from the Patriots side. At least French Legion still going in. Unsurprisingly get wiped, but if you're the Patriot team, you need to charge this and try to hold the point. Obviously, holding the point, you know, just... Obviously, you need to try to hold the point if you can, but alternatively, right, the British are going to regain up to where you are at. So if you lose a bunch of tickets, that means the British can't regain as much, because regardless coming out of this, you're going to have even tickets. Something I should have clarified earlier is the black timer's not at the 30-minute mark yet, which means technically sprinting shouldn't be allowed, but if there's an early cap, the time still continues in a sense. So... The counterattack started at 12 minutes, right? It was 11:45 is when they could start sprinting because that's 15 seconds. How long it would have been until the clock hits 30. But 3rd Alabama skirmishers back off the point. Meanwhile, British team forming up on those batteries. Now starting to push out here. You got Kershaw's brigade and 3rd Alabama. Trying to make this a shootout here. So they're shooting it out, but they're not getting on the point. Looks like you got a little bit of a flank here. These 3rd Alabama skirmishers keep running around everywhere. They're getting a good workout. It's like the 2 corps guys here pushing up into the battery position there, trying to get some nice shots, and they die. All right, that was short-lived. But we are 2/3 of the way through the counterattack here, and there are no signs of British having a chance to retake the point here. Nice little charge out there from Serpent's Brigade in the Great Lakes Division. What do you got here? Uh-oh. Killer's just gunning it towards 3rd Alabama. I don't know if he thought it was friendly or not, but... Alright, let's watch these guys die. So you got more British actually going in, and they're going to try to charge this out.
Brace, brace, brace. Brace, brace. Keep firing, keep firing, keep firing. Keep firing.
Biscuits. Tea and biscuit.
Everyone's...
In the end, the Patriot team is going to prevail again. Multiple flags down, but they should be picked up. Build hold on their part. Some of the Patriots charging towards their spawn, like Earl Pence of Palm Beach and Tachikoma and the guard. Although guard, watch out behind. Why are you trying to ore farm? This is not the time. Oh wow, he dodged. Never mind, he's ore farming. Can he dodge another? Ah. Man, he was ore farming that though.
Hello.
Allez, on recule, on recule, on recule. On en a eu quelques-uns, ça a fait gagner des tickets. On recule.
So the British side's going to have one more attempt at this, under 2 minutes on the timer, the gold timer. They have not successfully retaken the point. They've been close, but haven't been able to take it back. And so the odds say the Patriots here are going to take it. But never say the odds. You just got to go in and hope for the best. And we got 8th Florida leading the way right now.
Aim for the flags, aim for the flags.
And you got some Patriots on the right side. 8th Florida going in. They're getting shredded.
Brace left.
Take it back.
And it looked like maybe only 8th Florida was the only group to go in there, and they get completely wiped. And that does not deem well for the British side here, because they're going to be going in outnumbered.
Run them back into the sea. Okay, right, George Bennett. Charge.
Huge charge there from the Patriots. They're going to win that. That looks very beautiful. Here comes some more British. And with that, the Patriots side is going to get a very dominant win on this first round here. Obviously, they won the round, but looking at the tickets too, they're up by a morale stage, although you kind of don't care too much about the tickets anyways in a limited time event like this. You know, it's meant to be more fun than anything, because the games are not balanced for this limited time event. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, you know, they probably shouldn't have this as a full-time thing, just because the dev team barely updates the Civil War game as is. They're not going to be able to keep track of both, but nonetheless, that's a different conversation for another day. Again, nice first round Patriot team, just winning the shootout. You're going to win. If you win the shootout as an attacker, you are doing great things. They early capped the point. Didn't necessarily need to, but they did it anyways, and they held it to the very end, which is frankly all that matters. British team, I really kind of did as much as they could do. They pushed in together a lot of the times, which you can appreciate. Maybe there should have been a little more aggression with it. Who knows? It's difficult to full send against a team that's holding out point with buck and ball, especially with no already involved. So, again, nice little quick first round. We will see you all shortly for the second round. Before we get into the second round, I'd like to quickly give a shout out to our YouTube members. Your support is greatly appreciated as it helps the work that we do here now, including the work that I have planned for the future of this channel, which, believe me, we have big things coming along the way, regardless of how long that takes. If you want to get live streams of all the War of Rights broadcasts that we do, including an exclusive non-War of Rights broadcast on the weekly, consider becoming a YouTube member down below. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the second round. And here we are with the start of our second round, the Roulette Lane, or I don't know. Anyways, 275 is our population right now. The British side are up by 5 on the Patriot side. Again, no artillery, so the infantry balance is 5 in favor of the British side. And in terms of weaponry, it's the same weaponry as we saw in the previous round. Everyone has the Springfield 42s reskinned, so they all have the choice of the buck and ball or the round ball shot. Ticket and balance on this map. The attacking British side, or originally CSA, have a 8% advantage on this map, but it looks like they didn't really change this map a whole lot. CSA side now only has a 7% advantage. And looking at the Steam patch notes, the CSA side lost 2 tickets in 10 seconds of their final push timer. So, similar rule set to what we saw in the previous round, except let me look at the chat just so I'm not wrong. Bayonets are allowed off the rip. I think sprinting is not allowed until the 30-minute mark. And I assume if bayonets are a go, then charging is a go as well. Wow, I'm hitting the W key and it's just not responding. This is so sad, guys. We got to get a new keyboard. What a time to be alive, isn't it? So, British team pushing forward here. They're starting to get a little bit of a gunfight here. Good thing I do have a second keyboard. It's just not a silent one. Wow, actually, I had to hit like the W key 5 times to work. They're going in though. Who cares about that? So the British team, the Hessians up front here, are just letting it rip point blank here. Charging in.
Take a step off the fence. Take a step off the fence. Stab him, stab him, stab him.
And the thing is, this Patriot team's a little spread out, so the British side can take advantage, although they're not fully charging this, so it's letting the Patriots linger here a little longer than what they should. Here comes some more Patriots, or like that. I mean, British. Maybe Patriots to some, though.
36, left face. Move towards the southwest. 36, left face, pull towards the southwest.
I mean, Patriots are slowly starting to hold the position. You got the Army of Northern Virginia right here with 2 corps to their right. Hampton's Legion there as well. Serpent's Brigade in the Great Lakes Division on the stone wall. Further up the hill, you have the Texas Guards. And on the bottom, you have the Lee's French Legion. Meanwhile, on the far side here, you got the 56th Virginia out skirmishing on the side. And they're getting some really nice flanking shots. And the British here are going to be forced back. I mean, initially, it looked like it was going to be a very good push. I mean, they pushed up on some independent groups, kind of wiped them. And now they have to fall back. Wow. Looking at the regiments of this round. Ah, there is more. I just didn't realize. British, they have the Regiment von Boss. Call them. And Regiment von Losberg. So it's just the Hessians. And then the Patriot side, you got the 10th Continentals and the 1st Delaware. But, man. What a blowback here to the British start here. They're down about a 1/4 of morale stage in tickets right now. Not a... What is the word? I mean, it's not a significant amount. It's obviously noticeable. And it looks like they're going to make what I think is a fine decision and try to hit the opposite side of the map here. Again, you push one side, it fails. One, let's try the other. Normally, the CSA attacking side will try to push this side of the map, hunker down in the barn here, and then just charge the corner here. Generally, the goal of this map for the attacking side, they have this defensive line. The defenders do, not the attackers, here. And the attackers will try to take up here and get to the top of the hill. And if they can get up here into the battery position, they can overlook the entirety of the map and where the point is on the center of the road here, right by the stone wall. Sometimes the British will like to charge just straight center from the barn, going for the stone wall here, just so they can try to get the position down here. But, again... usually they try to get the ground up here. But it's become ever so difficult for the attacking British side just because we're trying to get higher and higher player counts. Not so much. I mean, obviously, I say 280 people is not a lot of people. It is. It is by all means. But at least what we're used to here in War of Rights when getting up to, 400-some players. Yeah, it is, sometimes a little small. But with that all being said, the higher player counts have made it difficult for the attacking side to push because sure, you have more people attacking, but they're all crammed in a tiny area trying to charge a position. And the defenders, who can spread out very widely, can shoot from a lot of different angles, get a lot of crossfire on a position, and it just completely blows back whoever's trying to charge and attack. But 8th Florida and 20th Georgia have shifted over here. Looks like you have some more regiments following up as well. The Alabama German Legion there with the Kershaw's Brigade and the German Corps heading this way. Some of the British team still opting to push for that original side here. And that is 3rd Alabama. And then in the center here, you got some more 3rd Alabama here. And the correction is the Jefferson Davis Battery. I kept calling them Jefferson Davis Legion when I watched last Saturday, because every time I see Jefferson Davis something, it's usually Legion. But, you know, there's a battery too. Learn something new every day, and I appreciate the correction on that as well in the comment section of the video. So, Alabama German Legions pushed up into the barn here. More and more the British teams starting to set themselves up here. You got a couple of the Patriot guys, 56 Virginia. They're basically on the border of out of bounds here, just skirmishing out on the top. So they're trying to use the stone wall here, although they are kind of flanked here. And I mean, they're kind of here out on their own. They're a little, again, independent. You got the British pushing up on the other side. 36 New York Patriots taking the brunt of this with Army of Northern Virginia. They're left, Hampton's Legion behind. So I mean, the British team are kind of splitting up their attack. So far, it's a little difficult for them to break through here. Well, it looks like you got 8th Florida and 20th Georgia potentially behind. They're going for the corner like we've seen before. They're going straight for it. And just like that, the Patriot team is kind of letting the British just get up here on the stone wall, which I don't get because they have to charge at guys with shotguns out. Why are you forming up there? Meanwhile, opposite side of the map, Patriots are charging in to hold the position. So success on this side of the map. These Patriots should have great flanking shots down the road to these British guys. So there can be a little bit of a pincer fire here, but it's surprising how easy the British just got up here. I should really be saying the Germans because there's no British redcoat regiments on here.
Do not chase, do not chase. Oh my god, Tokugawa. Oh my god. Shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. Get him, Cyril. Get him, Cyril. Cyril, look at him go. Here, hold your life. Get the fuck away from me. I kinda like it.
But eventually, Patriot numbers are going to prevail on the position. They do knock down one British flag. So a 5-minute despawn timer on that. And the British side is down a half morale stage. Most of their team forming up in main spawn right now. Wow. I was looking at my Steam achievements a second ago because I was a little curious. There's an achievement for this event. You have to win 10 times as the Colonials and the 10 times as the 10 times as the Patriots and then 10 times as the British. And it is very difficult to win as the British side. I mean, we just saw what happened last round. We saw this, or we're seeing so far this round anyways. Obviously, a lot of time left, you know. Things could still change here in the ever-changing battlefield, but I mean, it's not looking good for them. It's just, it's funny. Last year, like, I heard people saying like 90-95% of the time the Patriots would win, which not really surprising based on what we've seen so far in this event, at least as it comes to the skirmish game mode. Not so much conquest and contention, but which that mode, everyone starts off with even tickets compared to the skirmish mode, which, as we've discussed at the beginning of these rounds, the game mode's not even per se. So you got a little engagement here. So, that little push, I mean, not too much, is thrown back, but a little bigger push happening on the opposite side of the map. The British kind of pushing center. Now, are they charging this, or are they just going to stop in the straight fence? Now, what a whoa, why are they trying to push from here? mean, why are you not just going for the stone wall? Why are you hopping over here? I guess you get a flank, but nonetheless, they push. You can see the Patriots still got a little bit of flanking fire down the road right now. And they will throw back another British push as the British now hit engaged. Look at the bodies. Look at this one. Anyways, I got a couple of British guys they pushed out of the woods and get thrown back. So, wow. Wow, what a rough time. I mean, at least there's no British down flags in a sense. And if you can think of at least one positive here. But I mean, I don't know, at least the British, you know, they're trying and doing different things. You can at least appreciate that aspect of what their team is trying to do here. But it is just not working. I guess when I said no British flags down, I guess I mean by the stone wall because there's one here. Two here. Wow. Oh, they just despawned. All right, so they get them back. Never mind. The British have all their flags. We'll stop talking. So, I mean, we'll see, right? The British team have tried to push up aggressively here. They kind of stopped, though, which, I mean, I guess the bucket ball can do its work anyways at close range, but was not enough. I mean, the charges are going to usually end the line a little bit of a quicker than the buck and ball just because you got to reload. It takes 20 seconds. The charge is ongoing. They've tried to charge down the center here with some guys. It failed while charging on the opposite side. That failed. Then they, as a team, tried to charge the center here. I don't know why a lot of the guys hopped over on this spot, though. I get you're trying to get a flank, but if the Patriot guys here see you on the flank, they're just either going to run up the hill or stay down the stone wall, which is what they did. So, I mean, there's not too much of a point to trying to flank around like that. Just charge the stone wall at that point and put more bodies there. Or those guys could have charged down a road and hit the Patriot guys in the flank here. I mean, there's a lot of options there, but they did not pick a good one. But nonetheless, still 25 minutes on the clock. Nice team kills, guys.
I told you to cease.
Pinhead's cooking them. He doesn't care that they're friendly. Probably wasn't hitting T.
Oh, goddamn.
It's happened a good amount. I mean, especially when the whole opposing side's uniform is blue as well. I mean, it can be difficult to notice, that's for sure. Jeez, I can't imagine how many team kills would have happened historically. I can't imagine that.
Just hold fire. Just hold your fire.
So, British team looks like they've formed up at the barn. They're going to start pushing out here, and here we go again.
Stay away from the wall. Stay back from the wall.
The British got the right idea here, just kind of going for it.
Hold. Collapse left. Hey, Joe, we need you on the left flank. We got more incoming.
So that little charge there is eventually held. The British starting to dwindle a lot. You do got a regiment. Oh, what are you doing here, Kershaw's brigade? Oh, oh no. I guess they're distracting a good amount. How are you even live, Gary? And he didn't even have a shot. Well, overwhelming defense again. British side gonna lose like half a morale stage here.
Kids right here on me. Full kids on me.
Hold there, full kids.
Double fall.
That's a double rank. To the left of Grinch. Let's go to the left of Grinch. Double rank.
Not be on his right. That would be not left. So who's not following that order?
Job is already done, guys.
That was a triple kill of this.
So, blown back again. Again, a half morale stage down. The American Patriot side still in battle ready, albeit by a sliver. British team looks like they're keeping their flags behind the barn. They don't really have to worry about Artie. That's a nice part for them on this map, is they don't got to worry about that Artie. Oh, the server just said, let's please use gentlemanly language. We're all friends here. Uh-oh. Who did it? Who done said it? Who said it? Okay. I mean, the problem is the British side can't really do a shootout from this range. They're not going to be able to get a sufficient ticket loss, unlike we saw in the previous round, which, in the previous round, right, the Patriot attackers got up real close to the defenders. This map, I mean, they're both just as open, but somehow the attackers on the previous round were able to get up right into the defender's grill. Compared to here, I mean, the British lines could push up in here and stop, but they're going to get slaughtered. I mean, obviously the Patriots have a little bit of a defense layer, but 3rd Alabama's wrapping around the hit out of bounds, just as we did. And they're trying to go as far as they can on this flank. They should really extend the boundaries out a little bit, I think, on this map, but CSA's had a hard time on this map from what we've seen anyways. But 3rd Alabama's charging the corner. You can see the Patriot lines are shifting. And they are going to stop at, well, just like I said, you know, they can get up close and they can shoot it out right here, but they're going to get shredded. I mean, I guess you got some German guys charging on the bottom of the hill to distract here a little bit.
Shoot him, shoot him.
Got some more as well.
About face, top face.
Face, shots grenade.
I'm the troll of this corner.
You don't have your hat! You lost your hat! You lost your...
Oh, down the road, down the
Oh,
road.
you're hatless!
Oh, fuck.
So the Patriot side here starting to take it back. Again, whoever this group is, Army Nolan, Virginia, they're doing a great job of getting shots down the road. I mean, the British haven't really answered them yet in the 3 times they've charged this spot. They did charge at Army Nolan, Virginia the 2nd time, but it wasn't a whole lot. So, at least the Patriots have been engaged. Elliott's still alive. Will he save the flag? Dodging... Oh, I'm sorry. Well, another victory for the OGs. That's what they probably were saying down there. Williamson's just... I'm surprised he's just standing here. Maybe just taking it in. What was that? Stop moving. Stop it. Ah, look at that. Oh, lion. But, yeah, under 20 minutes left. Some morale stage difference. It just keeps getting worse. Looks like you had a British line, 3rd Alabama. A couple of their skirmishers pushing up here. I'm in Virginia reacting to that and shooing them away. You can't be here. This is not your house. So it's just going to be a matter of time before the British team decides to inevitably charge again. Why are they quick timing out? They better just be bombing.
Lever blick, lever blick.
Because, like, why would you quick time out into the open position there? And I guess you can keep performing. Looks like they're holding, too. Wow.
Огонь. А, тогда огонь, господи. если-
And, I mean, this shootout is unfortunately not it for them. They don't have the time to do this long term. It's really not going to do much for you. The difference between shooting and charging is shooting, in theory,
Company, command, fire.
Fire by company. Present.
Present!
so with everyone having the same weaponry and there's so many people on each side shooting that, this is generally going to be an even trade in tickets. And since the attacking British side has a 7% advantage, they're going to slowly win this out. Little charge over here.
Brace the fence. Brace.
They're up and over, watch me.
Kilo cock and ball. Hello, I like your uniform, it's pretty nice.
Weg vom Dings, weg vom Zaun, ein Schritt.
Laden, feuern, meine Herren!
Vom Zaun. Laden, laden, laden.
Los, feuert,
I guess it's making more of a shootout, but the shootout, as mentioned, so many factors and so many people going into if a shot hits that it's generally an even trading tickets, so whoever has more tickets overall is going to deal a ticket drain on their opponent. So CSA, or rather British, to get a slight ticket lead out of the shootout, in theory, right? The American Patriots have a lot of cover. Sure, another charge over here. I'm in Northern Virginia, I assume. And they clean wiped that front there with Hampton's Legion and Texas Guards pushing forward as well. But regardless, the shootout's not going to deal a significant amount of ticket loss to either side. It's just going to be a slow, even drain generally, except for the side who has the ticket advantage. Generally. Charges are going to have much more drastic results if we've seen the British side dropping like flies. Anyways, the shootout's not going to work for them. A charge is the only thing that can work, but the charges are going horribly. What are these guys doing? Go in or not? There is no try. Go in or to not. There is no try. They are... Looks like they were ordered to start firing, and so they stopped charging, turn around, and are trying to fire, but they're so clumped up. And I mean, you can see the Patriots really spread out here. We get a lot of firepower on this area, and as you can see, that just happened, and a couple people died. I don't know if the flag bearer is still alive. But they're going to get out. It looks like you got some British in the center here, some 3rd Alabama scrim guys. Texas Guards charging them. My W key was down, now my A key is struggling. Man, the British are like my keyboard, dying very slowly. Kind of slowly. I cleaned it out this morning too. I took off all the keys. Didn't realize I had a tool for that when I bought this keyboard. Let's see, Epo Maker, if I'm even pronouncing that company right, but they have a silent keyboard that I bought, and it's very nice. Very nice, but used it too much for too long. That is a life. Anyways, that's what I'm going to call the broadcast. The memorial of my keyboard. Sucks too, because like only 2 keys. I mean, I guess the control button's starting to go too, so multiple of these keys dying out. Who is charging here? I saw... Who was this? I saw them moving, but I didn't think they'd charge. Oh, that's a 3rd Alabama guy. That's another 3rd Alabama guy. Who did it? 2 core. I think it was 2 core. Although there's like only... Maybe it was a couple guys. Yeah, it was 2 core. 2 core, the French. And I think it was them because I just got a DM from Edgar from 2 core. Oh man, I wish I would have gotten the initial part. That was yeah. I wish I would have gotten the beginning part of that, but oh well. Anyways, no downside to them doing stuff like that. They're up by a morale stage at this point. You know, they can do some shenanigans. 56 Virginia to being charged by Kershaw's brigade.
Oh, ich kann mich nicht bewegen. Ach, jetzt. Danke.
Monsieur anticipe, pas de feu.
And Kershaw's brigade is going to take some shots at 56 Virginia here. They're getting out. I mean, the British side's going to have to charge here at some point. Obviously, obvious, but it's a matter of when are they going to make that decision to go in.
Передам налево, марш.
Oh, they're getting up in the yard now. Just look at that.
Противник. Цель.
But yeah, wow. And a nice simple round from the Patriots side. They've done everything they need to do. The British, I don't know what much more they can do, really. Speaking of something. 8th Florida's going in.
Shit, man, I want to die. No, he's great.
And 8th Florida, rest in peace. And so they completely shred them, the Patriots here. Surprised more didn't go in. Looks like you got Kershaw's brigade up here, though. Starting to dink and dunk it. Some of the Patriots trying to wrap on the fence here. 2 corps. So they take those shots and they're gonna back off here. Wow, this is just straight murder. It's like offshoot Bunker Hill right here. Except the British are never gonna win it. Or take the ground, I should say. What are they saying?
Еще пойми то, что тут еще я командую.
Во-первых, сейчас командуют... Ну как командуют? Я даю возможность покомандовать...
Hopefully all nice things. Let's watch. Come on, officer. Whip it. Whip it. Whip it. Whip it. Shoot it. Shoot it. Shoot it. No. Shoot it. Hey! Anyways. Charge over here. Oh! Army Northern Virginia gets beaten back by 3rd Alabama there. Good amount of numbers. Killers running away from the fight. He's no man. Dang right. We got your Great Scots. Red Wolf Pearl are getting out of there. And, oh, they're doing it again.
Allez les gars, ça va, on est les Français, on est meilleurs.
Press D, fellas, press D, press D, press D. I'm so sorry, dude. We like
I'm sick of tired of you, shitty strategy.
Clean wipe there. Here comes Serpent's Brigade. Leo wants to finish him off.
Hell yeah! Roll time!
Countercharge him, countercharge him.
Why are you saying that?
Hey, hey.
Deserved. Deserved. You don't say roll tide. It's very cringe. Oh. And Serpent's Brigade will get the wipe on that front. Meanwhile, opposite side of the map, the British that went over here are pushed in the pace, or rather continuing the success on that front. Hampton's Legion and 36 New York have shifted this way.
Shoot him in the face!
And Buck and Ball is doing Buck and Ball things. 3rd Alabama guys here, nearly dead. And the British ship breaking. Guys about wanted to go save that flag. Never mind. Huge flanks here from Army Northern Virginia. Marcus Connor here. Will he make it out with the flag? He spawns in Indian. And he gets out. Jeez, this is... Oh, jeez. Who is this? Serpent's Brigade.
Charge, Charge him. Enemies. On the right, on the right.
Stecht sie ab, los, stecht sie ab, jetzt hier ab, fuck.
You know, respect to any and all of the British players who are still on at this point. This has been a rough 2 rounds for you, hey? Real rough. I mean, the fact that the Patriots are leaving their defensive positions and pushing this, you don't ever see that on a map like this, that's for sure. Really ever. The defender doesn't willingly push out into lands that are bad for them. But they can here, as we approach 7 minutes, or rather now under 7 minutes on the clock. The British team here, down over a morale stage. What is a man to do? Get some honey from the beehives over there. That's what they should add. You know, they talked about a surprise the devs did for July 6th. They should make it where the beehives have bees in them and they can kill you. That would be kind of funny. That'd be a little funny if that happened. Probably not good for game balancing purposes, but nonetheless, Hampton's Legion, or sorry, Army Northern Virginia backs off. Some of these guys, Kershaw Brigade charging him. 3rd Alabama turns to the house, though, in the center. This charge won by Army Northern Virginia. Meanwhile, 36 New York's getting charged. Sorry, not by 3rd Alabama, by 8th Florida. A state over and add 5 to that number. Alabama German here, 20th Georgia. Looks like they're with 8th Florida. I mean, they have been for all the rounds tonight, so they were part of that charge. They get in there and they knock down a Patriot flag. More and more the British team is stuffing themselves into the corner here. The problem is the British team, they need to hit the Patriot side down a morale stage in less than 5 minutes. Hit them into breaking, capture point, and win. That's not going to be possible. You don't have enough time to do that. The fact, I mean, what? They've spent 35 minutes getting them down 2 whole morale stages. Yeah, you're not getting someone down in 5 minutes. So if they early cap at any given point, the roles are going to flip. The Patriots could hit them in the last stand or retake point and instantly win the game. So they're, unless the British team can early cap and then hold for 7 or 12 minutes, depending on the morale stage of the defenders, they're not going to win this game. In all likelihood, even if they early cap, they're not going to win this game because they'll hit last stand. But they charge points, the only thing they can do. And they're starting to capture. They're kind of in the center. I mean, a lot of crossfire. I mean, the Patriot team's a little spread out. Looks like some of the British charge Army Northern Virginia there. Army Northern Virginia barely holds on. But if I'm the British here, you got to charge. The Patriots are really spread out right now. And you're giving them time to start doing things like surround you.
Da ist einer mit seinem Kolben in der Mitte von uns.
Mettez en buck and ball, mettez en buck and ball.
The Patriots still losing the point. Got a good amount of guys on the flank here. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys just charged in.
Down.
And those main respawns are going to throw the British back. I don't know how Han here is still up with the flag. Of course, as I say it, Patriots still continue to charge here.
Bon, on fait quoi?
Le nord-ouest, ennemi!
Plein nord, feu volonté. Si vous changez, changez.
And they knocked down a second British flag. 3 minutes left or so. British team. Are all of them at main? It appears so. Wow. What a curb stomping. At least pick up the flag. Or not. This is the good looking one too. I don't know if I like the blue one version of that or the like it's more blue or more white. That's the more white one. Is the blue one still up? No, it's not. It's where's it at? Is it? Yeah, here's the blue one. I mean, they're both good looking. I don't know. Very tempting. But the British side, they've got one push left. No surprise. Under 2 minutes. By that, I mean under 2 minutes plus 5 seconds. Now it's under 2 minutes. They got one push left. And that's going to close out our match today. A huge win today by the Patriots. Both rounds, just dominant victories. And if you're the British side, you can't be too mad about this. Or just, it's like, part of it is just, you know, the balance of all of it. And it looks like they're going to try to ore farm right now. Let's just bathe in the moment here. Rip that one guy.
Я не разрешаю. Расстояние направо. Две шеренги держим, две шеренги слева.
А союзник слева пытается в атаку, они даже не знают, что нам...
Стой, здесь не зацени. Господи.
Вперед!
Вперед!
Вперед! Марш!
Шаг вперед!
Ох, да нет.
Расстрелять на две шеренги держим, районе направо.
Лево, скорым шагом марш!
Скорым вперед!
Скорым.
Бегом!
Никогда.
Hello. Dang, but yeah, again, just 2 good rounds here from the Patriot team. Really not much more to say than that. They did everything right, at least as it pertains to this round. They just reacted to where the British pushed and shot them to crap. I mean, the British team did a bunch of different things, but none of them able to work. You know, it is what it is, as long as everyone had fun. Which, actually, no, you can't have fun while playing video games. How dare you try to have fun in a video game? This is just business. Speaking of business, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, go beneath the video, hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the War of Rights broadcasts that we do and get an exclusive non-War of Rights broadcast on the weekly. If you are playing in this match, send me a link to your perspective, and that can go in the pinned comment of the video. And if you want to sponsor a broadcast in a variety of ways, check out the Patreon in the description of the video. But nonetheless, appreciate you all. God bless, and we will see you all in the next one. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night.